Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome in to this week's episode of the Don't Tell Mama Sports Podcast. I'm Matt Cobold, sitting here in Denver, Colorado. Joining me again is my guy Max Faulkner in Tennessee. Max, I heard you went up north for Thanksgiving. How was that, brother?
Oh, it was great. It was great to see the family. Cobrizi, I haven't been home in 8 years for Thanksgiving. Can you believe that?
That's a lot of turkey days. That's a lot of turkey by yourself.
Been making turkeys myself with my wife and my brother at the time when he was living in California as well. But you know what? It feels good to come home, see the whole family. You know, there's just something different when you're all together, right? There's just something different when you're having that turkey that you've been having since you were a kid. Okay, turkey, stuffing, sweet potatoes, mashed potatoes.
A lot of carbs.
A big carb day, no doubt about it. You definitely go for a jog afterwards the next day or a nice big hike. But Cobrizi, it was freaking freezing. I'm telling you right now, it was under. It was in the 20s. It was in the 20s. Frick, I'm in Tennessee this morning. I'm walking out to go to my client. 25 degrees outside. 25 degrees. That's what I've been wearing this snow cap all day long.
You ain't used to that weather, are you?
No, it was snowing. It was snowing up north back for Thanksgiving too. But it reminds me of the old days when we used to have a turkey bowl. Okay, when we were 10 years old, one of our friends down the street, he would gather up a group of guys and we play football for 2 hours in the snow. And then we come back and then we get ready for Thanksgiving. It was a blast. I missed that, but great to see family and whatnot, Cobrizi. But how about yourself? You said that you were going to Colorado Springs.
Yeah. Cool that you had snow though for Thanksgiving. That's awesome. That's unique nowadays, I feel like. Yeah. But I went down to Colorado Springs, you know, good hour and 15 south of Denver, and Kelly, her brother and family are down there and hung out, watched some football and watched a movie and did some good cooking. And our sister-in-law is an amazing cook, so it was a delicious day and had fun with the kids. So no complaining here, no complaining. It was always good football, and you know now these last few years we've had college basketball tournaments on Thanksgiving, so it creates a heck of a double scrappy if you got two TVs, and then great time with family, good food. So no complaints over here, broski.
That's great to hear, and we hope that all of you that are here. First of all, thank you, everybody, for coming out for the Don't Tell Mama Sports Podcast episode today. We want to please like, comment, and subscribe. And we hope that all of you had a wonderful Thanksgiving, hopefully as good a turkey and all those sides as we were talking about it, and as well as family time. You just doesn't get much better than that, Cobrizi.
Heck yeah. And where can the people find us at? Where are we putting these at?
Oh, Cobrizi, we are located on Instagram, Twitter, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcast, and of course yours truly, where it all started, YouTube. All right, don't you forget, everybody.
This week on the Don't Tell Mama Sports Podcast, we're going to be giving you our Week 13 NFL game picks and our extra juicy dogs at the end. We always finish with those two segments. We've been doing that for a couple of months now, it seems like. Got a little bit of breaking news in the NFL. We're going to hit on college basketball. We've had a lot of games, a lot of big-time matchups, a lot of tournaments last week. You got your Boilers we're going to talk about. Got my Jayhawks we're going to mention. But here, first, we're going to start with breaking news out of Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. The NBA is investigating allegations that Oklahoma City Thunder guard Josh Giddey has been involved in an improper relationship with an underage girl.
Oh.
The minor is reportedly a high schooler named Liv Cook, either 15 or 16 years old. While most states establish the age of consent to be 18, Oklahoma state law sets their age of consent at 16. Josh Giddey, he's from Australia. The age over there is also 16. Based on the statuses of Oklahoma, a second-degree rape charge would be applicable if a minor aged 14 or 15 had consensual sex with a person older than 18.
Oh, my goodness.
A sentence between 1 and 15 years in prison awaits the offender if found guilty of these charges. According to the Oklahoman, Giddey was twice ticketed for traffic violations in the Newport Beach area in July of 2022. This is reportedly where the alleged live cook lives. The teen and her family are reportedly refusing to cooperate with authorities at this time.
Oh, jeez.
The 21-year-old Josh Giddey has no comment on the situation. Max, where do we start here?
This is a lot. Okay, this is not good news. First thing, Australia, I didn't know that we were in the Middle Ages. You might as well have made that 13. You know, I'm just saying. I was not expecting that year of consent at 16. Secondly, he's from Australia. He's in Oklahoma City, but the girlfriend is in California.
Newport Beach, reportedly.
Yeah, California. So how does he meet a 15-year-old girl when he's in Oklahoma City, but he's from Australia? So I don't know, unless he has a house, obviously, in Newport Beach or something,
Off-season.
right?
The traffic violations were from July, so maybe an off-season workout facility thing going on in California. A lot of guys go to the West Coast for the off-season.
This is a really sticky situation. It's gross. I mean, to be perfectly honest, especially for us, Cobrizi, us growing up in Indiana, like our laws, you have to be at least 18 years of age. And, anything under that, it's just gross. We call that pedophilia, right? So what are we talking about here? How is this not, how is he not suspended yet?
How is he not suspended? How is he not locked up? The investigation is still going on, I guess. Reportedly, Oklahoma City, the Thunder, they knew about this. They've already known about this for some time, and I don't know if they're trying to sweep it under the rug, but they definitely have kept it quiet. What ends up needing to be happening is to find out if she was 15 or 16 here. Yeah. This reportedly was last July. Could have been 15 at the time and 16 now. That's really what it comes down to. The fact that the alleged female and her parents are not cooperating with authorities, that throws me off a little bit. That tells me maybe a little hush money was thrown their way from Josh Giddey.
Maybe.
I don't know. It's a sticky situation in more ways than one here, Max.
So, I mean, okay. So obviously we're still waiting for the investigation to, proceed and, find a ruling in the matter. But based on what we've heard, do we nominate Josh Giddey for biggest douchebag of the year?
I don't think there's any reason to wait here. I think all signs point. I mean, you're innocent until proven guilty. All signs point to Josh Giddey being guilty here. Okay, so unless anything else comes out that proves him innocent, I think he's the leader for this year's NBA's biggest douchebag.
Well, hold on. What if we find out that this girl ends up being 25? Like he could actually be the young one here, Colbert. Is he? Yeah. I don't. I mean, for all we know,
right? If that happens, sure, we gotta take that back, but I don't see it happening.
Oh, wait. Hold on. I'm sorry. Didn't you say you saw some pictures of this girl?
Sorry.
Yes.
I
saw them holding hands or something.
I did see a couple pictures. Yes, this young lady is a minor for sure. I mean,
oh geez,
it's tough to judge any girl's age, but this is a high schooler. This is a high schooler. Goodness.
Okay, Josh Giddey, you're 21 years old, a
multi-millionaire,
up and coming. I don't want to say star, but he's actually pretty good. He's actually a pretty good NBA player. He could score the ball. Why? Unless it's just how. I don't know. I don't mean to call out Australia people, Australians. I'm not saying is this the way of life over there, but I don't know. If this comes out, Cobrizi, I think even though James Harden, I thought that he was going to take home the crown easily, Josh Giddey is probably going to have that crown unless someone else can top it for biggest douchebag of the year, everybody.
I see more things coming out about this situation, as you know, it broke last week, and I feel like I've gotten a new update on it almost daily. So more things are going to come out about this, and we're going to find out probably before next week. We're going to find out all the details. But yeah, Josh Giddey, right now you're the leader for NBA's biggest douchebag.
Ugh, gross.
Let's move into a little college basketball talk here, Max. College basketball is our favorite sport. It ain't no doubt about it.
And we like the way we dribble up and down the court. I will never say that again. Damn it, that was lame.
Just one time?
That was really lame. I wish someone was here to slap me. If I had a producer or something, I would say, come on in and slap me.
I didn't mind it.
What do I look like? You didn't mind it?
I didn't mind it.
All right.
Well, I didn't mind it.
Oh, that makes me feel better.
Let's go here to the new #1 team in the nation, the Purdue Boilermakers. They received 60 out of 63 first place votes this week after beating 3 top 11 teams in 3 days in Maui. They are #1 for the 3rd straight season. Max, I'm going to blow you away with this one. According to CBS, this is the first time a Big Ten team has ever been #1 in the AP poll in 3 consecutive seasons. What do you think about that? And tell me about your Boilers.
That stat right there, Cole Breezy, is amazing because Purdue has never been a #1 team. Okay. 3 years ago, they were not the #1 seed ever. They got it for the first time with Jaden Ivey. Zach Giddey was on the team, and
Travion Williams.
Thank you. Wow, man, goodness. I can't believe I forgot his name. That was like nice big 3. Okay. Last year, Purdue came out of nowhere because they lost those 2 guys, Jaden Ivey and Travion Williams. And they're like, oh, well, you know, we're not even going to rank them. They end up being #1. They pushed themselves into a #1 seed into the tourney. Tough season after that, but you know,
we all know what happened. We all know what happened.
Okay.
Easy.
And then this season,
flashbacks.
This season, high expectations. Okay. High expectations from everybody. And I'm telling you right now, they are rolling. I got to watch the Maui Invitational Championship game on my way to Indiana. Okay. We were on the road. I pulled over and said, babe, I'm going to have to watch this. So she drove for the 2 hours that I got to watch at the Maui Invitational.
Nice.
And what a great game. That was a great championship game. And Purdue they ruled it. They ruled it. They were doing a great job. One thing that Purdue needs to work on real quick is their free throw shooting. That's really, other than that, I'm actually really impressed by the stats so far. Cobrazy, can I go through a couple quick stats how Purdue's doing this year?
Please do.
All right. So far, Purdue is averaging 84.1 points per game. All right. They're averaging 41.4 rebounds per game. I still think that's pretty good. Okay. But I still think they can get more. Okay. They got 3 guys on the team that are at least 6'10" and 7'4" in Zach Giddey. Get those numbers up. 17 assists per game. Not bad. Shooting 49.5% from the field, 69.4% from the free throw line. The only reason this is so low is because they shoot so many damn free throws. Like you're gonna miss some of them. I'll tell you right now. But there was one game against Tennessee that they missed like 20 free throws, and I was like, what in the hell was that?
Yeah.
They're shooting 42.8% from 3-pointer. Zach Giddey right now this year is averaging 21.9 points per game, 10.7 rebounds, 2.9 blocks. Cobrazy, you and I both said, we both said, hey, as a big man, you get those up to 3 or 4. Hey, he's got it to 3. Okay, let's just keep going up. I gotta toss out one more stat on this Purdue update, Cobrazy. Braden Smith. All right. If you don't know the name, everybody, you're learning it right now, because this guy is going to be a stud in college basketball all the way until he graduates. Right now, he's averaging 13 points per game, 5.9 rebounds per game, 6.7 assists per game, 1.9 steals per game. I want to let you know he's the only player in college basketball that has those stats, that has at least 12, 5, 5, and 2.
Nice.
Ridiculous.
Nice.
Ridiculous. This guy is the best point guard in the Big Ten. And Cobrazy, is he potentially the best point guard in the nation?
There's a lot of good point guards out there. We'd have to sit back and make a list, but Tyler Kolek, DeJuan Harris, those guys come to mind right off the bat.
Yep.
But yeah, Braden Smith, former Mr. Indiana. I like him a lot. Zach Giddey, keep getting those blocks up. You said 10.9 boards. I need a few more boards too.
I agree. He needs to get those up.
More boards.
Last night, real quick, he didn't even finish the game. Okay, they won by like 40 or whatever. They played Texas Southern, and so I think he only had like 6 rebounds or something. But they didn't need him to play.
Yeah.
All right. So
that stat about this being the first Big Ten team to be number 1 in the AP poll in 3 consecutive seasons, that blows my mind. With how good the Hoosiers were with Bob Knight, RIP, how good Michigan State has been. That really surprised me right there about the Boilers.
Let's go Boilers. I mean, this is so exciting again. So for the Purdue Boilers up there, Boiler up.
Now that was more lame than your dribble up and down the court. Okay.
Well, I'm not asking anyone. I'm not asking anyone to slap me over that. I'm proud of that. I am proud of that.
Yeah, alma mater.
Alma mater, baby.
Going to my team here, the Kansas Jayhawks. They got beat last week in Maui in the semifinals by the aforementioned Marquette Golden Eagles. Stifled us. Yep. Shot terrible. Scored, I think, 59 points, 18 turnovers. Just didn't get it done.
Yeah.
But, we rebounded the next day, beat Tennessee. That was a quick turnaround from being the last game the night before to being the first game the next day. That's a quick turnaround for Kansas and Bill Self. Got it done, beat Tennessee. Couple stats here for Kansas. They're shooting 54% from the field. That's second in the nation. 54% shooting.
It's ridiculous.
Second in the nation. The Jayhawks are also averaging 24.1 assists per game.
That's ridiculous.
Leads the nation, number 1 in assists per game. Okay. DeJuan Harris, he's averaging 7.1 assists. That's 6th in the nation. And my guy, Hunter Dickinson, he's the nation's leading rebounder at 12.7 per game. He's had multiple 20 rebound games already.
Yeah.
Hunter Dickinson's been a beast. DeJuan Harris is leading the team. Kevin McCullough, back-to-back triple-doubles last week. Back-to-back triple-doubles for Kevin McCullough.
That guy's a stud.
Give me your thoughts real quick on these Kansas Jayhawks going from number 1 to number 5. I don't disagree with the drop. Definitely have to drop them. I wouldn't have probably dropped them lower than 5. Marquette is a really good, solid team. They're in my Final Four from the preseason. That was a solid loss. Kansas number 5. What do you think about that big 3 for the Jayhawks?
The big 3, it might be the best in the country. Honestly, they are dominating. But as we saw against the Golden Eagles of Marquette, they had 18 turnovers that game. So if you are able to pressure them and able to get them to make mistakes and get flustered, they're beatable. It's as simple as that. But a long way to go, and I will never count Bill Self out of a game. This is easily a team that can get to the Final Four. I'm talking at least an Elite 8, but we got a long way to go to talk about that. You have a stud team here, Cobrizi. You should definitely be excited again.
Definitely. 3 more teams we want to hit on real quick in this AP poll. We saw the Tennessee Volunteers over in Maui. They went 1-2. They lost to Purdue and they lost to Kansas. But they only dropped 3 spots in the polls from number 7 to number 10. That's a reflection on how stiff this competition was over in Maui. FAU, Florida Atlantic, the Final Four Cinderella from last year. They made the biggest jump in the AP poll this week. They went from 19th to 13th. They beat Butler and Texas A&M before routing Virginia Tech in the ESPN Events Invitational title game. Lastly, Creighton Blue Jays, a team we weren't really sure about, didn't really feel like they were a top 10 team. They fell the furthest this week from 8th to 15th. They lost by 21, 69-48. The Creighton Blue Jays only scored 48 points against Colorado State. The Rams jump into the pool.
The Rams are up there, by the way. They're in there right now.
They jump into the pool. This was the Colorado State Rams' first top 10 win since 1984. Nice. Give me your thoughts on Tennessee only dropping 3 spots, FAU jumping 6, and Creighton dropping 7.
Let's lead off with Tennessee, Cobrizi. They have a problem. Tennessee does have a problem. They can't score the ball. They can't score.
Always,
oh my God. Same thing as that happened last year. Even though last year they made a nice little run. I understand that. But man, right now are they on a 3-game losing streak? Because they lost 2 in a row. They lost to the Boilers, lost to Kansas, and then today they just lost to North Carolina. Yep. Now, don't get me wrong; those are tough games. Okay, it's not like they just got blown out by, a crap whatever a team that's not in the top 25, let alone just a crap team. Okay,
Right.
North Carolina's really good. Okay, so but still, you thought they were going to put up a little bit more competition, and they got. I mean, I know that in this North Carolina game they made a comeback, but they were getting blown out in the first half. Okay,
24 points, I believe.
Oh my goodness, it was. I turned the game off. I turned the game off, and I was like, okay, I had to go to a session anyway. So Tennessee, you guys have a problem. You guys got to figure out your scoring situation. Get Vescovi open for more shots and Knecht. That's really all you have in your scoring. All right. Go ahead. Yep.
Just to finish up on Tennessee, we know about their defense. Rick Barnes plays that D. They gave up 100 points tonight. They gave up 100.
Tired. They're tired.
But better figure something out in Tennessee. Better figure something out there.
Definitely. Going to FAU. Okay, in case we forgot, everybody, FAU lost to Bryant. Mm-hmm. That was their first loss of the season. They were ranked number 10. I actually had it on ESPN Plus over here. I couldn't believe it. I what the hell was? They looked like garbage, and I was like, this is a. I thought, Breezy, you brought up that this is going to be the one team that doesn't make the dance. That was ranked preseason,
top 13,
because there's at least one that's happened in the past
4, I believe,
4 years
or 6, 4 or 6.
And then I was like, well, this is going to happen, but damn, did they wake up? I think that slap across the face against the Bryant Bulldogs, they were like, you know what? What the hell was that? Mm-hmm. What the hell was that? FAU has 7 deep players on that team, maybe 8.
Yeah,
I might have been wrong on that. 7 deep, at least 7 deep. Okay, they're a good team. I'm not counting them out of this tournament right now. Mm-hmm. And then lastly, the who's last?
Creighton Blue Jays only scoring 48 points against Colorado State.
Yeah, Colorado State's good. Okay, they're 6-0. They're moving up in the rankings. I think they beat Colorado. Did they just face Colorado? And they beat them?
They're playing tonight. They're playing tonight.
Oh, that's tonight. That's tonight.
I'll get an update for you on that here.
That's a great matchup. Colorado State's pretty good. You'll see them in the dance.
Oh, I'll stop you right now. They're playing Big Brother Colorado, of course, rivalry game here. The Buffaloes going up north to Colorado State. 4 minutes to go. The Rams are up 10, baby.
Wow. How about that? And the Buffaloes are supposed to be pretty good this year too.
Yeah.
So the Rams are really good. But Creighton, we talked about this. They lost some players. Okay, and they were still ranked in the top 8, and that was definitely questionable for me because you lost guys.
Nemhard to Gonzaga. They lost Arthur Kaluma to Kansas State. Their eighth rank. Their 8th spot preseason ranking in the AP poll, that was definitely eyebrow raising. It was.
Yeah. So I don't. That's another team that needs to figure it out because I don't know why. I don't know why they're ranked that high.
To finish up this AP poll talk here, the Big 12 led all conferences with 6 teams represented. The SEC had 5, Big East 4, ACC 3, Big 10 2, and Pac-12 1. That one team is Arizona. Where, quick stat on Arizona, all 6 games this year for the Wildcats, they've had 5 players score in double figures. That's the only team that can say that in the country. All 6 games, 5 guys have scored in double figures for Arizona.
Solid. Very solid.
Let's move along here this week on the Don't Tell Mama Sports Podcast and keep talking about some more college basketball. Let's make some game picks here, Max.
Yes,
Let's
make some game picks. Breezy. Yes, please.
We're going to be keeping track of these during the season, having a little competition. You listen at home, you guys make your predictions too. Let us know what you think about these games. But on Friday, 2 nights from now, December 1st on ESPN2, we got a top 5 battle. It's going to be at Allen Fieldhouse in Lawrence, Kansas, because the defending reigning national champions, the UConn Huskies, 7-0, undefeated. They're coming in to play my Jayhawks. 6-1, that one loss to Marquette. We talked about the Jayhawks, how they're second in the nation with a 54% field goal percentage. They lead the nation in assists with 24.1 assists per game. I'll give you a quick stat on DeJuan Harris here. He recorded his 500th career assist last night. 500th career assist. That's 11th all time in Kansas basketball history.
Hey, congrats to DeJuan Harris. That's awesome.
That's about awesome. Hunter Dickinson leading the nation in rebounding. Kevin McCullough's a dog. I'm going with Kansas in this game. Okay, obviously. Let me give you real quick on UConn. I'm gonna let you talk about Cam Spencer. He's the leading scorer on this team. But UConn has 5 guys averaging over 14.5 points per game. They have 5 guys over 14.5. They reloaded way better than I thought. They lost Adama Sonogo, Jordan Hawkins, Andre Jackson. Okay, point guard off the bench went to St. John's. This is why I'm going with Kansas here. UConn hasn't played a true road game yet. They played 2 neutrals. They played 2 games on a neutral court, the other 5 at home. I'm going with my Jayhawks, but we will find out a lot about the UConn Huskies over these next 2 weeks, Max. They play at Kansas Friday. Next week, they're playing North Carolina at Madison Square Garden. And then they follow that up with a trip to Seattle to play the Gonzaga Bulldogs. So these next 3 games, we're going to find out a lot about Dan Hurley's Huskies.
No doubt.
Where are you going in this game, Max? Are you going to agree with me? You think UConn can get this one done on the road?
Ooh, man, I'm gonna spice it up here. The Don't Tell Mama Sports Podcast. I am taking UConn. Okay,
Yeah.
UConn is
played a road game yet.
You already brought it up though. They played 7 games and they have 5 guys that are averaging at least 14.5 points per game. I don't know if I've seen that. I
doubt it. I doubt it.
We'll see towards the end of the season if they keep these stats up. We'll see. Okay, but right now, UConn is averaging 88.7 points per game. Okay, 43.1 rebounds per game, 19.1 assists per game, and is shooting 51.4% from the field.
Solid.
Okay, these guys are damn good. Now, one player that I need to bring up, you already talked about him a little bit, Cam Spencer. Cam Spencer is the leading scorer of UConn. Transfer. Okay, he played for the Rutgers last year. If you're a Boiler fan, all right, when Purdue was ranked number 1, the Rutgers came to town. And Cam Spencer hit a game-winning 3-pointer. I will never forget it, and that's why I've never forgot this guy's name. So when I saw Cam Spencer at UConn, I was like, wait a minute. I was like, wait, that's the guy from Rutgers. He hit the damn 3-pointer and beat us. Okay, Cam Spencer is shooting 50.7% from the field.
Wow.
He's averaging at 16.3 points per game. Okay. He's the leading scorer on the team, shooting over 50%. This guy's a guard, by the way. Okay. It's not like he's a big dog down low like Zach Giddey, just powering up. Like, no. He's shooting 3-pointers and he's driving the ball and trying to make layups against the big dogs like Zach Giddey. All right. Here's the biggest stat that I got to bring up, Cobrizzi. Okay. What free throw percentage do you believe that Cam Spencer has? Don't look at any stats. Where do you think his free throw percentage is at?
I'm going to guess it's up there. I'm going to guess it's about 91.
91%? Pretty good guess. 100%. He has not missed a free throw this season. That's unbelievable. I've never seen it. And I've watched UConn a couple games. This team is damn good. And every time Cam Spencer steps to the line, swish, swish, swish. It's ridiculous how good of a free throw shooter he is, let alone just shooting from the field. This is going to be a very fun game. Oh my gosh, I love college basketball, Cobrizzi. This is why we love it so much. This matchup, oh, it's so juicy. Oh, it's so good. I can't wait.
Game of the week. Moving into another game pick here. We got to make some game picks for next week. You know, it's kind of tough doing this because these teams still have games to play before that, but we're not talking on this podcast, the Don't Tell Mama Sports Podcast, until next Wednesday. So we got to look at this Jimmy V Classic, this juicy doubleheader at Madison Square Garden, the first game on ESPN next Tuesday, December 5th. The Florida Atlantic Owls are playing the Illini of Illinois. This one's going to be good. I said, FAU, they still have to play Liberty and Charleston this week before Illinois, and Illinois goes to Rutgers on Saturday. So, you know, who knows what's going to happen there, but we're making these picks right now. I'm looking at FAU. Their leading scorer right now is Vlad Golden, the big dog in the middle from Russia. 73% shooting from the floor. 73% shooting from the floor.
Damn.
Okay. Illinois, Terrence Shannon, our guy's leading the Illini with 19.5 points per game, 49% shooting from the floor, 44% from 3. Nice. Illinois, I don't know if you know this one, Max. Illinois is second in the nation in rebounding, 48.3 a game.
I
second
saw
in the
that.
nation.
Yeah.
FAU, on the other hand, 36.5 boards per game, tied for 188th. Where are you going? I know you and I, we respect the battle of the boards. Right now, we're looking at a plus 12 rebounding differential for Illinois on a per game basis against their opponents. We love the battle of the boards. We respect it. Are you going with FAU? Are you going with Illinois banging boards?
Oh, boys. Okay, I brought up FAU a little bit already. They're 7 deep. Okay, they have 7 guys that can play that come in and put up numbers. They have 4 guys on the team that have at least 10.7 points per game. Okay, but I'm going Illinois. I'm going Illinois. I'm going the Illini. They need a big win here. They want to get back into the mix of things. Illinois had a great game against Marquette before Marquette took them down. But I'm telling you right now, 48.3 rebounds per game. Those guys are bodying people up and getting those damn boards. These guys are dogs on the court. They will do everything they can to get those rebounds. And with Terrence Shannon averaging 19.5 points per game, I think this is a guy that can just take over a game like this. I'm going Illinois. What do you got, Cobrizi?
I'm going opposite you here again. Good differentiating here. The battle of the boards, that makes me the most nervous for sure. But I'm looking at the strength of schedule. FAU, you know, they played in the ESPN Events Invitational, took down Butler, Texas A&M, Virginia Tech. Their strength of schedule is 50th. They're ranked 50th. Illinois, out of 362 Division I teams, we lost a team this year. I don't know who. I have to find out who it was, but we lost a Division I team. Down to 362 universities, Illinois is ranked 300th in the strength of schedule. Okay, ain't played anybody. I'm going FAU, baby. They got the experience from going to the Final Four last year. Jonell Martin, Elijah Martin, Jonell Davis, going to help Vlad Golden in the middle. They get this one done at Madison Square Garden Tuesday night.
I love it.
The second game in the Jimmy V Classic, also at Madison Square Garden on Tuesday, December 5th. We got the Tar Heels of North Carolina taking on the reigning, defending national champions, the UConn Huskies. We just talked about them in a big game against Kansas on this Friday. North Carolina, they play Florida State this Saturday. Let's go to the Tar Heels first. Armando Bacot, he's tied for third in the nation with 11.7 boards per game. He's always going to be getting it done on the glass. RJ Davis is UNC's leading scorer with 18.2 points per game.
Very good.
We saw them just hang 100 points on Tennessee tonight. Mm-hmm. Okay, North Carolina, they're picking up some steam here. Mm-hmm. Over on the Husky side, we talked about the Huskies already, but last stat that I have on the UConn Huskies, their point guard Tristan Newton, he became the school's all-time career leader in triple doubles when he recorded his third against Manhattan last week.
Oh my!
He was tied with Shabazz Napier. Shabazz had 2 as a Husky. You know, just watching the Tar Heels out here tonight, they look damn good. But I don't think they got the dogs. I don't think they got the dogs that the Huskies have. The Huskies are going to be barking. We talked about them enough. I like the Huskies. I don't like them Friday night. I don't like them in Allen Fieldhouse Friday night. But I like them in Madison Square Garden on Tuesday, getting this one done against the Tar Heels.
Another incredible game. Tar Heels are great this year. They're averaging 85.3 points per game. That's going up because they just bombed 100 a night. They have 40. They every single year. If there's one team that averages over 40 rebounds per game, it's always UNC. They always rule the boards, and they have 4 guys that have at least 10.8 points on the team. But I am still going with the Huskies. I'm going double Huskies. I am going double Huskies.
Big Husky
winning
fan.
2 big games back to back.
Big Husky fan.
I like the Huskies, man. I like them.
I like them too. Last game we want to make a game pick on here. Next Wednesday, December 6th, we got a Big East Big 12 battle. We got the Longhorns of Texas going to Wisconsin to play the Marquette Golden Eagles. Boys, this one juicy.
So good.
Marquette's going to Wisconsin Saturday. Texas hosts Texas State tomorrow. Cam Jones is the Marquette Golden Eagles leading scorer at 16 per game. Let's not forget about Tyler Kolek, our first-team preseason All-American, averaging 14, 5, and 5, 52% from 3. 52% from 3, Tyler Kolek. But this is the biggest stat for me on Marquette. They're only shooting 68% from the line. That's 254th in the nation. I don't want to yell right now. Marquette is shooting 68% from the line, 254th in the nation. Texas, the Longhorns, they have 5 guys averaging double figures, led by Max A. Smith with 15.2 points per game. Sophomore Dylan Mitchell, he came back. He's turned himself into a first-round pick. He's super athletic. They lost to UConn by 10. That's really the only game they've played. You know how much I like Marquette. Texas has the 219th ranked strength of schedule. I'm not picking the Longhorns on the road. Shaka Smart, Tyler Kolek, Oso Ighodaro. Big game for him on Wednesday night.
We'll just make this one quick. Even though this game is super juicy, and if you look at the stats, you're seeing that Texas actually is ruling them. They average more points per game, average more rebounds per game by 3, average more assists by 1.3, field goal percentage by 2. And they have 5 guys that average at least 11.7 points per game. You would be like, oh, Texas, but I'm going Marquette. I think Texas gets flustered a lot. I think they make bad decisions. I've watched a couple games already this year, and I've seen a lot of turnovers. Okay, I should have had the turnover number down. I don't have that. That's all right. Whatever. But from the games that I watched, it seems like they get a little flustered on the court, start forcing up shots. Marquette plays hard defense, and that is why they are such a good team, everybody. They play a hard defense, and then they create offense from their defense. I got Marquette again. Marquette's a really good team.
Marquette, according to Ken Pom, is the 15th ranked defense, according to efficiency. And yeah, I would assume Texas's numbers on a per game basis would be better than Marquette's because of the competition. They haven't played anybody, so they should be putting up numbers. Whereas Marquette went over to Maui and played some of the top teams in the nation. Welcome back here to the Don't Tell Mama Sports Podcast. I'm Matt Kobold with Max Faulkner. Let's get into our NFL talk, brother, because we got some breaking news.
Oh.
The Carolina Panthers have canned Frank Reich. He becomes the first NFL head coach to be fired in season in back-to-back seasons since the NFL merger in 1970. Let's not forget he was dismissed by the Colts after a 3-5-1 start last year. He finishes his stay in Carolina with an NFL worst 1-10 record. He signed a 4-year deal in January worth about $9 million each season. The Indianapolis Colts are still paying Reich $36 million over the next 3 seasons. This man is being paid handsomely by 2 franchises to watch football on his couch, just like you and me.
That's ridiculous.
Carolina, last year, they fired Matt Rule after a 1-4 start. He was in the 3rd year of a 7-year contract. The Panthers still owe Matt Rule approximately $25 million over the next 3 seasons.
Gosh.
What in the hell? Counting the interim coaches, the Panthers have had 6 head coaches in the last 48 months. The Panthers, they also canned assistant head coach, running backs coach Deuce Staley, and fired quarterbacks coach Josh McCown. Carolina didn't exceed 15 points over their last 5 games. They only scored more than 15 points in 4 games this year. They only hit 15 points in 4 games this year. They're 30th in the NFL in total offense and 30th in passing yards. Max, what do you think about this firing, of Frank Reich and all this money that is being paid to Frank Reich and Carolina paying Matt Rule and Frank Reich and a new coach next year?
You know, that just pisses me off for a guy that literally has done nothing.
Didn't do his job.
You might as well have picked up a bum at the local Skid Row and say, you know what? How about we just we'll give you a game. We'll give you a game. How about we give you 10? How about we give you 10 games and we'll just see how you do. This doesn't make any sense. When you get fired, especially from coaching, when you get fired because you were not performing well, if you owe that coach money, that money should just go to charity. Just give the money to charity. If that's where it's got to go, why is it going back to him? He didn't do anything for your organization. He didn't do anything for the players. All he brought was a losing record for you guys to hemorrhage money. And now you're losing even more. It doesn't make any sense, Colbreezy. So stupid. I don't get it.
The NFL is a bottomless pit of money. The fact, I guess they honor their contracts. They honor their contracts for their coaches. They don't for their players. You know, a guy could get hit sitting on a jet ski and get his freaking contract voided. You know,
Yeah, that doesn't make, what happened to performance based?
Mhm.
Okay, if we're going to put it towards the players, it should definitely be put towards the coaches. You want 1 in 10, bruh. You should be paying me. How about you pay me for your losses?
The fans, yeah. We got to look at Bryce Young here because he was the number 1 overall pick. And, sometimes rookie years for quarterbacks, you can just throw them out the window, whether they're good or they're bad. Bryce Young's been bad. There ain't no way around it. He's 29th in total QBR, and he has been sacked 40 times.
Oh, gosh.
That's tied for the 5th most for a player through his first 10 games in NFL history. Doesn't sound like they got their offensive line. I thought it was better than what it is. I guess it's not. What do you think about the Panthers? If they would have picked CJ Stroud number 1, would Frank Reich still be the head coach?
I don't know. There's something going on in that organization. They just fired 3 different coaches, so I don't know. I don't think it's Bryce Young's fault. I think it's a coaching problem.
Special teams coach Chris Tabor will become the interim head coach, while offensive coordinator Thomas Brown will take over the play calling duties. Let's not forget here, Max, they owe your Bears their number 1 pick this year in the draft from that Bryce Young trade. And at 1 and 10, they got that number 1 pick right now. That's going to Chicago. What do you think about that?
I'm excited. The question for the Bears, real quick. Let's go off to the Carolina because Carolina sucks.
Oh, geez.
Do the
Bears
do the Bears trade Justin Fields, try to get another top 10 pick, take that number 1 overall pick, get Caleb Williams? Mm-hmm. Just saying.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think? What do you think?
Yeah. I mean, because they still have their own pick too coming up, which is looking like it could be top 10. So they could easily have 2 top 10 picks, with one of them being number 1. Justin Fields, I don't know if he's the guy. I don't know if he's the guy in Chicago. I thought he was coming into this year. I thought he was. I don't know if he
has great
is.
legs. He has. I was talking with my dad about this. Once again, he lives near Chicago. Okay, so we're Chicago Bears fans, everybody. Just so we're all clear again. Okay, he was telling me, man, there's sometimes that Justin Fields, oh man, he's running down the field. He gets that 100 yards. You're like, wow, this guy's really good. And then he passes the ball. And you're like, well, that sucked. Quote unquote for my pops.
Yeah, that's a good analysis.
It's very accurate. The guy runs the ball well. He passes like shit. We need a passing quarterback.
Caleb Williams could find himself in Chicago next season. Moving along to the Week 13 NFL game picks. Let's go through these games, Max. We got 6 teams. 6 teams on a bye this week, Week 13. They are the Ravens, the Bills, the Vikings, the Raiders, the Giants, and your Bears. Your Bears became the first team this season to win a game without scoring a touchdown. They kicked 4 fucking field goals in that Monday night game. Good God. Did you waste your time on that one? Did you waste your time on that game?
I had it on. I had it on for the second half, and then I said, babe, I can't watch this anymore.
Turn that shit off.
I'm the one that said it. I'm the one that said, we'll watch something else, babe. I can't even do this anymore.
Good. Looking ahead to Week 13, tomorrow night, Thursday night, prime time, baby. This one's on Prime Video. The Seattle Seahawks sitting at 6-5. They're going to Dallas, take on the Cowboys at 8-3. Seahawks, they couldn't get it done last Thursday on Thanksgiving. Cowboys look damn good. I'm going Cowboys at home. Ain't no argument here.
Cowboys at home easily, because Seattle, they're definitely struggling. Okay, there's something going on with that offense. Cole Breezy, would you start Dallas defense against the Seattle offense?
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I would. Gino doesn't look right. DK hasn't looked right all year. Tyler Lockett, I don't know when to start him. I don't know when to bench him. So Kenneth Walker is probably still out. So yeah,
he's still out.
I'll go Cowboys defense for sure.
Cool.
Going into the Sunday games, we got the 4-7 disappointing Los Angeles Chargers. They're going to New England, take on Bill Belichick and the 2-9 New England Patriots. Patriots suck. They don't know who to put at quarterback. They've been flip-flopping Mac Jones and Bailey Zappi like some fucking flapjacks. I'm going Chargers on the road.
I'm going Chargers. Chargers, they need this. Don't look now. Well, actually, I don't even know why I'm saying that. Okay, it's unbelievable to even think that the Chargers have a chance. It's honestly, because you shake your head, but okay, think of the teams that are in the playoffs right now. that aren't leading the division. The Colts, the Browns, and the Steelers, which the Steelers, I'm like, okay, I could see them making it at least because they have good coaching. But the other two, I'm like, I could see the Chargers slipping past one of those guys. They need to wake up. How about that? This is the way to start.
Chargers are sitting 13th right now in the AFC. No, I'm giving them no shot to make it. Give them no shot. Juicy one here in the morning games. The 8-3 Detroit Lions going to New Orleans, take on the 5-6 Saints. I like the Saints. I got them win the division, but I don't think their offense can keep up with Detroit. Lions, they got beat on Thanksgiving. Green Bay pretty much handled that game. Bounce back opportunity here. I'm going Jared Goff. I'm on Ross St. Brown. Detroit Lions on the road.
I'll keep it simple. Let's go Lions. They need something big after losing on Thanksgiving. That was disappointing.
It was. Big divisional matchup here in Nashville, Tennessee. It's the 4-7 Tennessee Titans. They're hosting the 6-5 Indianapolis Colts. Surprising 6-5 Colts. These two teams played back in week 5, I want to say. Week 5. The Colts got them 23-16 in Indy. I don't see that happening in Nashville. Derrick Henry, 2 touchdowns on the ground last week. Let's keep feeding them. 8, 10, 12 rushing attempts, that does not get it done. Got to get them up to 15, 18, 20, 25 rushing attempts. Let's feed the king. Titans at home. Colts are a little banged up. We don't know if Jonathan Taylor's going to play. I heard he's getting surgery. Little thumb action might have stuck it up Jim Irsay's ass over the fucking bye week. I'm going Titans at home. Let's go. Titans. Come on, King Henry.
Let's get nasty. Let's get nasty in Nashville. I'm also going Tennessee. Come on, let's go Titans. I want to see Titans win here in Nashville. Everyone's a little bit happier on Sundays when they win.
Yeah, let's go, Mr. Mayo. Light it up.
Come on.
Another game in the morning slate here. Do not have this one on. Goodness gracious, this has a 33.5 point over-under. This is going to be ugly. The 5-6 Atlanta Falcons going to take on Tim Boyle and the New York Jets sitting at 4-7. Good God. Bijan scored twice last week, so they're finally giving him the ball a little more. Tyler Allgeier's getting faded out a little bit. They're back to Desmond Ridder at quarterback. No way in fuck I'm picking Tim Boyle. Okay, let's go Falcons.
Okay, I'm gonna go the opposite. I'm gonna go to the Jets, just because they're at home.
Wow,
they're at home.
Tim Boyle fan.
The defense is legit, and maybe just a little bit of hype because Aaron Rodgers is coming back. The Aaron Rodgers has been cleared to practice.
I don't know how that's happening, by the way.
I have no idea. I couldn't tell you what miracle he had. A lot of ayahuasca. Maybe ayahuasca turns into glue or something. It's like whatever. Cobreze, would you start the Jets defense against the Falcons?
Yeah, Jets defense is solid. Atlanta, they look like they're starting to figure things out, but they still haven't. Sitting at 5-6. Arthur Smith, I don't know if he knows what he's doing as the head coach. Yeah, Desmond Ridder, I could see him throwing 2 picks and maybe even fumbling too.
Would you prefer Dallas over Seattle for defense or Jets over Falcons for defense?
Cowboys have the better D, I'd say. This 33.5 point over-under in this Falcons-Jets game tells me it's going to be ugly. I might be leaning Jets here. I might be leaning Jets D.
Yeah.
You got them both, huh? You're asking for a friend or your own lineup?
Hey, I want to spark up some of a little fantasy football talk on defense. And I do have both of them. I've been talking about it since Monday.
That's a toss-up.
Let's start.
That's a toss-up. No, that's a toss-up.
Yeah.
But I'm going Falcons that game. You're going Jets. Quick stat about Tim Boyle. According to ESPN, I heard this one today, I want to say. His senior year of high school in California, Tim Boyle, you think high school football, 11, 12, 13 games. How many tutty passes do you think Tim Boyle threw as a senior? Give me a number.
30.
90 fucking one.
Oh, shit.
91 touchdowns as a high school senior.
Oh, okay.
That's stupid.
That's ridiculous.
But it hasn't translated to the New York Jets. So maybe we'll see on Sunday. Moving along, staying in the morning games. This one's going to be a quickie here. The 2-10 Arizona Cardinals second worst team in the NFL. They're going to Pittsburgh, take on the 7-4 Steelers. They had their first 400-yard game, and I don't know how long. Freaking Pat Freiermuth doubled his yardage that he had on the season for a total. Pittsburgh at home, they're gonna smash Arizona.
Pittsburgh at home. Yeah, I don't have anything else to talk about.
Staying in the morning games, the 8-3 Miami Dolphins going to Washington to take on the football Queefs. They're 4-8. They suck. They're not winning this game. Miami getting this one done on the road. Raheem Mostert, he's still balling. He's still balling.
Go Boilers. Yeah, I also have Miami. There's not much more we need to talk about here.
Last game in the morning slate, we got a juicy one between 2 6-5 teams. The Denver Broncos on that 5-game winning streak. One of the hottest teams in the NFL. Okay. They're going to Houston, take on the Texans, who I still think Houston's got a shot at the division for sure, even though they just lost to the Jags last week. This one's a toss-up. This one's a flip-flop. I've been back and forth on it, but I think Russell Wilson, his luck runs out here. Okay, I think he doesn't take his normal bowel movement that he usually does twice a week. He's constipated. CJ Stroud plays like a baller. Houston gets this one done at home.
I think I'm definitely going Houston as well. I don't think we gave Houston enough credit from the draft when they drafted CJ Stroud and then they drafted up to get the 3rd overall pick as well to get a big time defensive player. That was an awesome move. I thought that was a great job by their management.
Yeah.
Let's go Texans. Why not?
Yeah. Moving into the afternoon game slates. The afternoon slate on Sunday. Only got 3 games in this window. The 1-10 Carolina Panthers coming off their firing of Frank Reich. They're going to Tampa Bay. Buccaneers are 4-7. The Buccaneers don't look good either. Both these teams are bad. But someone's got to win this game. You assume they ain't going to tie. I'm going Tampa at home. Mike Evans, he continues to prove me wrong.
Mike Evans is a stud. Let's go Bucks. I can't believe that Baker Mayfield's actually giving Mike Evans a good season. It sucks for Chris Godwin because he's not really doing anything, to be perfectly honest. But I got Bucks. Carolina sucks.
Staying in the afternoon games, the 7-4. Let me say that again. The 7-4 Cleveland Browns. They're going to LA to take on the Rams, who are 5-6. Just smashed Arizona last week. I don't know who Cleveland's going to start at quarterback. If it's going to be DTR, if he's going to be good to go, if it's going to be PJ Walker. I don't know. I don't really care. Myles Garrett looks like he hurt his shoulder.
Oh,
I don't know if he's going to play. I don't know. I'm going Rams at home. Matthew Stafford gets it going with Cooper Kupp and Puka Nacua again. Kyron Williams, fresh off the IR, 2 receiving tutties. He's having a great season. Kyron Williams out of Notre Dame. I'm going Rams at home.
I'm also going to go Rams at home. A big indicator, actually, for you was you telling me about Myles Garrett getting injured. If he doesn't play, no way. The reason the Browns is sticking to games, everybody, it's their defense. Their defense is outstanding. Their offense is not very good.
God, no.
They'll drive the ball down the field through rushing, and then they'll kick a field goal. That's their offense.
They'll try to kick a field goal.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Last game of the afternoon slate. It is the juiciest game of the week, baby. This is this could be a playoff preview. Juiciest game of the week, in my opinion. The 8-3 San Francisco 49ers. They're going on the road to take on the 10-1 Philadelphia Eagles. My goodness, both these teams are impressive. They're both Super Bowl contenders. I wouldn't be surprised if either of these teams win it. In a toss-up game like this, I got to go with the home team. I got to go with the team that's been there, done that. I got to go Eagles. Jalen Hurts, he's a beast. Devontae Smith got it going last week. A.J. Brown, you know how much I like him. And I think the Eagles get this one done at home.
Ooh, I like the Eagles at home as well. Jalen Hurts had 5 touchdowns last weekend. Dude, he's looking like MVP. Honestly. Go Eagles. The Eagles got this.
This could be a shootout game. I hope I get to watch this one for sure.
Yeah.
Sunday night prime time, baby. This one's on NBC. Waiting all day for Sunday night. Maybe. The 8-3 Kansas City Chiefs. They're going to Green Bay to take on the 5-6 Packers. Packers with some extra rest here, coming off that Thanksgiving win over Detroit. Do you see them getting this one done in Lambeau?
I think Green Bay has been sparking a little bit. They're looking a little good. Jordan Love's looking good. I just picked him up off waivers because I'm just for a backup quarterback. I'm like, hey, I'm pretty happy with it. But Chiefs, come on, we're not going to pick Green Bay over the Chiefs. Not with with Jordan Love and a bunch of scrap players. No way. Chiefs.
Yeah, Green Bay's won 2 in a row, 3 of the last 4. But I'm like you. I can't go against Patty Mahomes and Travis Kelce. Even though they've lost 3 games this year, they're not going to lose this one. Not going to lose this one. Monday Night Primetime on ESPN. The 5-6 Jake Browning-led Cincinnati Bengals. They're going down to Jacksonville. Take on the 8-3 Jaguars. Ain't really no reason to talk about this. I can see Travis Etienne getting at least one. Trevor Lawrence has been vulturing him around the goal line. Travis Etienne, you can mark it down. I'm not going to guarantee it, but you can mark it down. He's going to score this week. Jaguars are going to win. I ain't going to guarantee it, but you can mark it down. Jaguars win.
I got the Jaguars winning this one as well. Joe Burrow's gone, everybody. Bengals, sorry. It's just not going to happen this season.
Last segment this week on the Don't Tell Mama Sports Podcast. We got our extra juicy dogs.
Yeah.
This is where we give you a QB, a running back, a receiver, and a tight end. You can throw right in your fantasy matchups. Maybe it's a smash play because of a weak defense. Maybe it's a guy later in the rankings, a sleeper you can throw in your flex. Start us off with your quarterback for week 13, Max.
All right. At my quarterback for the extra juicy dog of the week, I'm going Tua Tagovailoa. All right. Come on now. Come on. Reason being, of course, yes, they're at Washington, and Washington is ranked 32nd against the pass, the worst in the league. But here's the biggest reason, because I understand if you are a fantasy manager of Tua Tagovailoa, you are like, what the hell? I don't know what to expect. He's up and down all season, up and down all season. He goes, and it is the truth, okay? He alternates games. First game of the season, he had 30. Next game, he had 11. Game after that, 34. Then 13.7. Then he had 22. Then he had 23. Then he went down to 9.7. Then he had 24.8. Then he had 11.7. He had a bye week. Then he had 20.6. And then last week, he had 7.1. That means that this week, the flip is on, and he might be hitting over 30. All right. So it's on and off with Tua Tagovailoa. So this is the week that you better be starting him. It's like checkers with this guy. It's checkers. Yeah. You have the black space or the white space this week. And I'm betting on a big game from Tua. They want to score some points, and they want to start getting this offense a little bit juicier come playoff time.
Definitely a matchup that you can jump on, the Washington football Queefs. Yeah, the last week wasn't good. 2 picks and a fumble. So time to get it going here, Tua.
Yeah.
My extra juicy dog at the quarterback position for week 13. Week 13. Oh, my goodness. I can't believe we're that far in the season, bro.
I know.
My guy's going to be C.J. Stroud. Okay.
Nice.
Playing the Denver Broncos. C.J. Stroud is QB 5 on the season. Oh, my goodness. QB 5 on the season as a rookie. He's passed for over 300 yards in 4 straight games. He's also adding a little bit more on the ground with his legs. He's got 3 rushing touchdowns over the last 5 games. Houston, they're 3.5-point home favorites. They have a 47.5-point over-under that's tied for second highest on the week. And the Broncos, they're 23rd against quarterbacks. You can light C.J. Stroud up. You know, he was a guy that wasn't drafted. So if you have C.J. Stroud on your team, you probably got another solid quarterback that you could start. But I'd be throwing C.J. Stroud in there this week for sure.
I like C.J. Stroud a lot. Did you know, Cobrizi, that Jack, he has him on his team. He actually offered me a trade. He wanted Jake Ferguson for C.J. Stroud. And at the time, I was like, well, hold on. At the time, I had Tua and I had Joe Burrow. And I was like, Jake Ferguson's my backup tight end. I'm going to need him for this week in particular. So I was like, I don't need it. Literally, moments later, Joe Burrow gets hurt, and the trade was off the table.
The fantasy gods, man. You never know when they're going to
I couldn't
strike.
believe that. I couldn't believe that.
You never know when they're going to strike. Who is your extra juicy dog at the running back position for week 13?
I got Rashad White of the Tampa Bay Bucks. Okay, he's taking on Carolina. Carolina's ranked 30th against the rush. Get this. A lot of people like Rashad White's having a great season. Is he top 10, Cobra? I want to say he's top 10.
I'm looking at number 6.
Oh yeah, you're like, what? And then the top that all off in 6 straight games. In 6 straight, he's had at least 12.9 fantasy points. You got to be happy with that. And not to mention a couple of those games with some touchdowns. Rashad White better be in your lineups, everybody. This is a great week for him. I'm not guaranteeing anything. I'm not guaranteeing a touchdown or anything though.
Whoa.
Sorry.
Damn it. My extra juicy dog at the running back position for week 13. I'm going to Kansas City. I'm going to Sunday Night Football. Isaiah Pacheco. Okay. They're playing in Lambeau against the Packers. Pacheco's RB 13 on the season. He had 2 rushing touchdowns last week at Las Vegas. We were out at a marketplace and we got there. I saw him score, got a beer. I feel like I didn't finish my beer and I look up, I see him score again. I couldn't believe it. But those were actually his first rushing touchdowns since week 5. He hadn't scored on the ground since week 5. I was surprised about that. The Chiefs, they're 6-point road favorites at Green Bay. The Packers are 23rd against running backs. I see Pacheco getting in the end zone, man. I see him getting in the end zone. My buddy, Mr. Tutty, Isaiah Pacheco. Okay. He's going to score one. Could be rushing or receiving. I'm not sure. He's going to get in the end zone. Sunday Night Football in Lambeau.
I like it. Good pick.
Who's your extra juicy dog at the wide receiver position?
All right, I'll tell you right now. We probably talked about this guy multiple times. I have not talked about him enough, him being on my fantasy team. Ooh. He's probably the best wide receiver in the game right now. Okay. All right. He's ranked number 2 in our fantasy league. But, dude, if you've been watching this guy play on the Los Angeles Chargers, I got Keenan Allen, everybody. Keenan Allen is having a career season. This is the best season that honestly, this is probably his best season I've ever seen him play. Wow. It's ridiculous. His catches that he's making, I'm amazed. I am amazed. His twinkle toes, that when he catches the damn ball that's so far out and his toes are it's just amazing. So Keenan Allen's going, they're at New England. New England's ranked 23rd against wide receivers. This season, everybody, Keenan Allen already has 97 catches on 129 targets. His last 3 games, he's had 11 catches, 10 catches, and 14 catches last game. I am guaranteeing in my buddy, Mr. Tutty, the Chargers need to get it going, and this is the guy. It's Keenan Allen. Justin Herbert, you already know it. There's one guy you throw it to, and it's freaking Keenan Allen. Get him open, get him deep if you need to, but get him in the end zone. I'm guaranteeing it this week. You better have him in your lineup.
Nice. I like it. Chargers need to get going. Justin Herbert let me down last week. Tough matchup with the Ravens. Tough matchup. My wide receiver, my extra juicy dog at the wide receiver position for week 13. It hurts me a little bit to bring up this guy, but we haven't talked about him. I don't know at all this year. But it's Michael Pittman. Okay. I got Michael Pittman of the Indianapolis Colts. He's wide receiver 12 on the season. Wide receiver 12. He's had at least 8 receptions in 4 straight games. Gardner Minshew, he's feeding them. He scored in double-digit fantasy points in 6 straight games. Double digits in 6 straight games.
Michael Pittman coming alive.
Titans, my Titans, they're 25th against wide receivers. So bottom third. They're going to need Pittman to play big to get this one done on the road. Like I said earlier, I see the Titans winning this one, but I can see Michael Pittman having 11 catches for 130 yards, but not scoring. I thought you can't give it to the Colts. No way. But I do like Michael Pittman this week. If you got him, you don't need to hesitate. Finish us up here, Maxwell, with your extra juicy dog at the tight end position. Jeez, I'm fumbling over my words tonight, aren't I?
Oh, yeah. I'm seeing that. Okay, my extra juicy dog, everybody. I'm telling you right now, I don't think we talk about this guy enough. Okay, I think we said that 3 times in a row. But for the tight end, Jake Ferguson. Okay, Jake Ferguson of Dallas.
Ferguson.
He's right. Turd Ferguson, yeah, great. He's ranked 9th. He's ranked 9th right now. Come on,
pretty good.
So to start out the year, Jake Ferguson was getting a lot of love from Dak Prescott. There's been games where he's had at least 7 catches on 10 targets, and he already has 4 touchdowns this year. He had 3 straight games with a touchdown. Last week they blew out. I don't even remember who they played. It was
football queefs.
Yeah, the football queefs blew him out. So he only had 1 catch for 35 yards. And it's like, well, whatever, it doesn't matter. But you know what? This week, it's time to get going against Seattle again. They need him. And I'm guaranteeing, because he needs this game. He needs this game right now. I'm telling you right now, he is due for one. I'm guaranteeing my buddy, Mr. Tutty.
Wow.
My buddy, Mr. Tutty, coming for Jake Ferguson, everybody.
Wow.
He's going up against Seattle, ranked 12th. And apparently they do decent against the tight end as far as not allowing them to have touchdowns, but I'm going against the odds. Okay. I'm putting my money down on it. My buddy, Mr. Tutty, Jake Ferguson.
Wow. Tight end. 1 for 35 last week. 1 catch. That makes me nervous. Are you starting him this week?
I am starting him.
That explains
Dalton
a lot.
Kincaid is on a bye. Okay. You know me. You know how much I like Dalton.
I smell a goose coming. I don't know. It might just be me. Just be me.
Just stop it.
I smell something, and it don't smell good. It don't smell
good.
No
gooses last week. Why would they come back? They're too far south. They're too far south, even further than Tennessee. All right, they're down to Florida.
Maybe they might be going
down
to Dallas.
Mississippi.
Might be going to Dallas tomorrow night. I don't know. My extra juicy dog at the tight end position to finish us up here. I'm going Evan Ingram. Okay. Monday Night Football against the Bengals. I think we're all going to be surprised to hear that he's tight end 7 on the season with 0 touchdowns. 0 touchdowns for Evan Ingram. He's on pace right now to break Deontay Johnson's record for most receptions without a tutty in a season. He's on pace. He's on pace to break that goose from Johnson last year. Evan Ingram, he's 3rd at the tight end position in receptions. He's 6th at tight end in receiving yards and 3rd at tight end in targets. So he's definitely getting a lot of looks. It's just the touchdowns that aren't coming. The Jaguars, they're 8-point home favorites over Cincinnati. The Bengals are 31st against the tight end position. 2nd to last. I already said it. Travis Etienne was going to get one. Damn it, I can see Evan Ingram getting one too. I'm going my buddy, Mr. Tutty. Hey. Call me greedy. Evan Ingram, he's going to catch his first touchdown of the season. First touchdown in Week 13. Monday Night Football against the Bengals.
My goodness. He is due for one, Cole Breezy. Poor Evan Ingram. He had such a good season last year. I mean, he's having a good season this year. He's still getting the ball, but yeah, get him in the damn end zone. Jeez.
Get him in the end zone. Get him in the end zone. I see an ass beating on Monday night over the Bengals. I see an ass beating coming.
Yeah.
Oh, baby. Ladies and gentlemen, that does it for this week's episode of the Don't Tell Mama Sports Podcast. As usual, it was juicy. I'm looking forward to hearing what comes out of the Josh Giddey situation. We're all going to have our eyes and ears on that one. That one's sticky. Max, what do you have for the people before we get out of here?
Just thanks everybody for coming out to the Don't Tell Mama Sports Podcast. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Again, everyone, we're on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Twitter, Instagram, obviously YouTube. I'm missing something.
Spotify.
I thought I said Spotify.
iHeartRadio.
That was the one. Don't forget those, everybody. If you want to listen on the road, a little bit easier to listen to iHeartRadio or Spotify in the car. But thanks, everybody. We had a lot of fun. Coming back during Turkey Day. A lot of good college basketball this weekend as well. Purdue Boilers, everybody. They play on Friday against the Northwestern Wildcats.
The private school Pussycats are going to get beat.
Boo-boo's averaging 20. Boo-boo's averaging 20, Kobe.
Solid. I'll give you one more update for college basketball because we just had a game finish here live on Wednesday night. The Duke Blue Devils, the number 7th ranked team in the nation. They went to Fayetteville, Arkansas tonight and got taken down by the Razorbacks.
The Razorbacks needed it. They needed that one.
80-75, led by Khalif Battles, 21 points. The Duke Blue Devils going down on the road.
I love it. Muscle man. Listen, man.